I'll load our free site. I'll generally look at, first like 1% or 1 day percent change to see like what's really moved over the last day. Some of these projects may have been 8-bit me. It's interesting looking at this, trying to find what the catalyst has been. It looks like over the last 7 days, it's moved 83%, 69% over the last 1 day. So that's probably something I'll kind of earmark. I may just kind of open the tab and kind of dive in there a bit deeper, see what's going on with OpenSea. I'll look at like 7 day change. I'll look at 30-day change. Kind of just take a look at these projects. One project that's been kind of moving a bit lately has been the Pudgy Penguins. If you look at kind of their floor since, we go back to July, it's been running quite a bit. That's an interesting one to look at. And I kind of showed you one of our charts there that's showing, floor price over time. You can also kind of see best offer, unique owners, etc. Or you can kind of create custom charts as a premium or all access member. I have a few charts kind of preset up here on our free page, kind of looking at a few blue chips and how they've performed over the last 2 months. I use this graph and then I'll kind of graph other projects against this to kind of see what's bucking the trend. So I can look at, the floor since July 1st. And I can either like look at the floor, using the same scale where, Bored Apes are so high, it's flattening out the other, collections here, or I can separate the scales to kind of get a more, normalized view. And I'll kind of see, okay, so like blue chips in general have been, slowly tracking down over the last 2 months. I can look at the ETH price has kind of been tracking up steady, maybe for the last month and a half. Um, Kind of get an idea on, how the NFTs are moving in regards to the price of ETH. And then, if I look at, Pudgy Penguins versus these blue chips and seeing how they're relating to each other, you can kind of get an idea. You see here, you kind of have a bit of a divergence. A few weeks ago, early August, Pudgy Penguins really started kind of taking off, um, which kind of gives me, maybe it's time to look into this a bit, see what's causing this. Maybe late, but we have a bit of a dip here that maybe there's another entry point for this to pump again. So once I kind of look at a project and find some interest, um, one thing I'll do is I'll go to our Project Explorer page. So this is also accessible by for premium members and all access members. Basically, list some stats about the collection: floor price, average price, best offer, kind of the spread between the offer and the floor, uh, total sales and volume, market cap as provided by OpenSea, some time frame, how much the volume's changed, or how many sales, what the average price has been over 1 day, 7 day, 30 days, and a few graphs that kind of show some of these values over time. You see, the volume has spiked, your average price has spiked, unique owners has really jumped since mid July. We're kind of seeing that 4,400, almost 4,600 now, kind of a steady upward incline. In addition, you kind of look at recent listings and sales here to kind of get an idea for momentum, volume. Um, Seeing a few sales in the last hour, only one listing in the last hour. Um, you also can see the listing ranges here. So kind of seeing if there's any floor walls, where those would be, kind of looking at this 4 ETH floor wall, it's going to be tough to crack that for a quick flip. So if you were looking for an entry, you're going to want to, be able to exit before 4 ETH, or you're going to have to hope for kind of some major news event or catalyst that will move the price and be able to eat through these walls here. And then, if I'm looking to enter, another thing I'll check is the floor gaps. So there could be, potential for um, good snipes to be found near the floor. I'll generally kind of look like somewhere near the floor. Like I'll look at a 4 ETH floor on the high end for these trade gaps. And basically what this is showing you is, hey, this is the floor price for the lowest listed asset with that trade. And here's the listing for the next one. So, I mean, it's not always, a given that you could, hey, I can flip this from 3.8 to 7.25. But if you do find like a trait that may be wanted, you could have an opportunity to kind of arbitrage a bit. Maybe something like a panda hat here. You have a 1.5 ETH gap. You got to bring that up and take a look at that gap. Maybe that may be a trade that's wanted. I don't think I would be taking the risk here to make this jump, but something definitely to look at. If one of these is listed near the floor, you'll get a quick a quick look at that through our trade floor gaps. So once
So it's
I'm
a
kind of done with
Ray,
you, go
one
ahead.
one
No, go
quick
ahead.
question. Sorry if you don't mind. So it sounds like your kind of workflow is in the mornings. You check on and you jump on the public. Well, first you jump on your portfolio page and you kind of see if there is any major holdings or any movement within what you hold. But then you then go back to that free page and then check out if there's anything relevant going on in just the overall market. Maybe chart a couple things, and then if you do find a mover like Pudgy Penguins, then you go to that project explore page to get that more specific data and possibly see if there's a move you want to make to get in or out of the collection based on what you see within the statistics.
Yep, you got that pretty much dead on. That's my general morning routine. And sometimes I'll like even look at some of these graphs if I see an interesting graph on the chart creator. It's sometimes nice to kind of take and post out to Twitter, make some content that other people would find useful. So I'll tend to do that from time to time too. And through doing that, you kind of find some potential entries that could be profitable, as well as
Awesome.
kind of building your own following a bit.